Hello, students. Good morning. I am Dr. S.R. Bhargav, Department of English, Associate Professor, SV Government PG College, Khetri. Today, I am going to teach you the second chapter of the paper second prose and fiction of English literature, The Roots. The Roots is a very interesting story written by Ismat Chughtai, an Urdu writer who wrote in English also. She was born in 1915 and died 1991. She was born in a small town in UP, Uttar Pradesh, a town Badaयूं. This town is known as the best place for her birthplace, and she wrote her best story, The Roots, and for this story she got popularity as a feminist writer in Urdu literature. She is considered a trendsetter in Urdu short stories, and she touched upon new topics which were considered taboo when Urdu literature was in its infancy, and its scope of topics was very limited. She wrote eloquently on the issues of women of lower and lower middle class. The topic aims to trace feminist elements in the short stories of Ismat Chughtai, a great Indian writer. In this, she analyzes comparatively her style, content, and technique with other works of European writers also. As she started her literary career as a translator of European writers, the influence is quite evident. In this essay, she highlights her feminism along with her stories. There is disagreement within the ranks of feminist writers. Therefore, we find writers like Dorothy Richardson, Jean Rhys, and Ismat avoiding to be called feminists. But the very fact that she was a woman and was writing from the female perspective, discussing social and economic problems faced by women as well, housewives, maids, working women, beloveds, students, or burnout hacks, can't be ignored. As far as raising consciousness, an essential part of the feminist activism is concerned, Ismat's approach is feminist. We find not only the development of female consciousness in her works, but also social critique, as she highlights not only the problems faced by women, but also explores the socio-economic causes. Ismat Chughtai knew about the issues and problems of women of her era and took keen interest in highlighting these through her short stories. She laments about the wretchedness and plight of women and of being uneducated. She wants to see women free from any male bondage and suppression. Chauthi Ka Joda. The wedding suit is about a poor widow by Amma who has two daughters, Kubra and Hamida. The story focuses on Bai Amma's obsession to get Kubra married as soon as possible. But every time she nears her goal of marrying of Kubra, so meeting terrible happens and Kubra's marriage remains on hold. And then one day Kubra's and Hamida's cousin Raat arrives at their home for a stay for 1 month for police training. Hamida, sister of Kubra, feels happy on this and tells Bai Amma to use this opportunity to impress Raat to marry Kubra. They leave to no stone unturned to make Raat stay comfortable at their home and leave everything at his disposal. But Rahat develops interest in Hamida and flirts with her by making livid remarks and touches her inappropriately on various occasions, and after a month Rahat leaves without marrying any one of them, and this leaves Bai Amma devastated. Bai Amma laments on the fate of Kubra. खुदा ने सूरत नहीं दी इसलिए राहत उसकी तरफ देखता तक नहीं. Rahat doesn't even look at the because God hasn't given her fair pictures. In this story, Ismat tries to explore the roots that some people are unfortunate because of some their fate or destiny. This shows how society, especially the lower class, is worried about the complexion of the girl and how it is one of the obstacles in getting girl married. On leaving Rahat, Kubra dies the next morning of TB, and thus comes an unexpected end to a miserable and rest life of a poor girl. And Chothi Ka Joda becomes Kubra's route. The story depicts how financial burden is another reason for the plight of a lower and lower middle class woman. Middle class woman suffers from financial conditions. They are not so economically sound. Rahat's character shows how men in privileged positions easily get away with their bad wrongdoings. In Jade, Roots, Isma tells a story about an old woman who is unable to understand the intricacies of partition. She doesn't want to leave her house for newly formed Pakistan. She loves her roots and doesn't want to get cut off from her roots. She is not ready to leave her land, country and her neighbors, and likens this living to death. The Roots is based on the history of or story of partition between India and Pakistan. Amma doesn't want to leave India for Pakistan. She wants to live in India for her roots, for her tradition. Time passed on, but Amma stayed steadfast in her position like a banyan tree that stands upright through storms and blizzards. You all go as for me, where shall I go at this age? Amma tells Sardar Ali, the leader of the National Guards family, Amma's sons, daughters, son-in-laws, daughter-in-laws, and other relatives start to leave the house for a newly formed Pakistan. Amma's heart flutters and tears come in her eyes, and she thinks, who knows whether the new soil will conducive to these saplings or make them wilt. These poor saplings. Amma couldn't sleep the whole night, thinking whether his sons and daughter and other relatives will be able to survive or get killed in the way. And after some time, her Hindu neighbor Roopchandji brings back her children from Loni railway station, and Amal heaves a sigh of relief. Thus, a happy family is saved from this devastating partition which destroyed lakhs of lives, dividing thousands of families. The story also depicts love between Hindus and Muslims not ready for partition. Lihaf, Kilt, is a story about homo. Now, in the another stories, we also find such conditions in Lihaf and in Kubra based story, but in in this story we find that there is a great bondage between Hindu and Muslim. We see that how partition had a influence on the people, and Amma knows the language of these people, women and her characters, and she also knows that in Zade, in Roots, Smith tells a story about an old woman who is unable to understand the intricacies of partition. She doesn't want to leave her house for newly formed Pakistan. She loves her roots and doesn't want to get cut off from her roots. A representation of communal harmony in Ismat Sughtai's character stories. Harmony means an orderly, smooth mixing or pleasing combination of elements in a whole. If you bring it in relationship, then it refers to a kind of relationship in which various components exist together without destroying one another and without losing own identity. Harmonious state leaves no space for conflict or disagreement of opinion or interest. We can think of various kinds of harmony like regional, geographical, academic, language, etc. But when we think about communal harmony, we will have to think about the order of the universe or cosmos as opposed to chaos. As we know, the literature is the reflection of culture and society, so in the same spirit, we can take Indian literature as parameter to understand or explore the evolution of our Indian culture and society. If we refer the Indian history, we come to know that communal harmony of our nation was threatened and disturbed by the forceful entry and prolonged stay of foreign invaders in our territories. Many ups and downs, discrimination, chaos, disorder, pain, suffering and loss, and injustice. We witnessed in the past and even in present some hateful incidents ignited by our scruples, cunning, selfish political environmental forces us to think about a re-establishment of communal harmony in our nation. Many sensitive writers use their writings as a very powerful tool to bring awareness among the people and sensitize them and make them realize the importance of communal harmony for any nation, because a community divided is a nation divided. A community united is a nation united. Ismat Suktai in August 1915 to 1991. She was an eminent Indian writer in Urdu known for her indomitable spirit and a fierce feminist ideology stayed in India after the subcontinent was partitioned. Many of her works translated from Urdu to English by Mr. Asauddin, which she explored evolving conflicts in modern India. She is at her best in the three short stories Kafir, Sacred Duty and Roots, which are taken up for the present study, where she deals with social pressures in India, alluding the social, spatial, national, religious, cultural tradition. In most of all her works by describing specific situations, events, discussing very sensitive problems through her character's mindset, she ensures communal harmony in the nation and nothing else. The mass migration that took place in 1947 affected women much more and in different ways as compared to men. To start with, the elderly woman's attachment to home and the rootedness in family and ancestors was too strongly for them to be wrenched away easily across the borders. Most women vehemently rejected and resisted the idea of leaving home. This anguish is recorded in partition literature in many Indian languages such as Hindi, Urdu, Punjabi, Sindhi, Bengali, etc. For instance, for instance, when the entire family decided to migrate, no amount of force or persuasion could make the Amma of Ismat Sughtai's story Jade Roots leave her Haveli. Every effort was made, but Amma didn't budge from her place. She was like the roots of a giant oak that remains standing in the face of a fierce storm. But then, after everyone had left, the giant oak swayed in distress, thinking of her near ones who were in exile and perhaps in a state of distress. But ironically, Amma in Suktai's roots is not at peace even when she remains in her Haveli, because the people, her family who had made a home of it, have all migrated. Babe in thirst of rivers, on the other hand, has her people close to her, but she does not have the Haveli she had built as her home. She remains stuck to the past in her mind, clinging to the keys of the Haveli, the keys which open no locks now, forgetting to survive shorn of the basic marker of her identity. The women refugee dies a kind of death, or she locates a strange strategy for survival, that of forgetting. One is reminded of the words of the narrator from Kamleshwar's story, Kitne Pakistan, How Many Pakistan. I am sure that you remember those days. Women never forget anything, they only pretend to forget. Otherwise, it would be difficult for them to go on living. Partition then appears as a huge divide, a fissure filled with abysmal silence, forcing the women into amnesia, a virtual death of the past. Thank you.